Good day, Tragic here. Welcome back to day 2 of Legend 1. We are doing Legend of Andor here, and this is basically just a tutorial video or tutorial scenario, but we're going to run through it just for completionist's sake. So we've just done the introductory setup. We've done this little thing here, which just teaches us how to use the player board. This teaches us how to use the day timer, and we are now here. So place the heroes on the marker box, blah, blah, blah. The only thing of importance in here, we're going to try and go through this tutorial pretty quickly, is that in this particular case, the hero who entered the castle first gets placed on the first player track. So we'll just swap out the priest, like that. Well, not the priest, the mage, like that. It's now the next day, and the next thing we have to do is set up all these things, but I've made a little script for us. So we're just gonna hit the unpack button, you blam, and that's all set out. And this has released the battle sequence, and we've also got these for the battle and for the team battle. Now what should be important to note here is that whenever you destroy a monster, as in defeat the battle, it doesn't matter if you start a combat, but only if you defeat it, you have to advance the narrator marker up here. Every time it hits one of these red things, we draw the next story card, like so. And that's pretty much all we need to know. Everything else I'll just tell you as we go. And the final part of the setup is to just place out the fog token. So we're just going to give this a quick shuffle. And we can place this anywhere we want. There's not enough to cover every place, and you can't place it where there is already units. We have no units in bad positions, so I'm just going to place these around like so, and like so. And that should be all of them. Okay, and now we're ready to start day 2. Now, normally you have to resolve, at the end of the day, you resolve this entire line of things. So you do a event card, then you move this monster, this monster, this monster, this monster, and then these monsters move again because they move at double speed, flip over wells, and advance the narrator. But we don't do that in the second day of the tutorial quest. At the moment, the tutorial quest is now teaching us how to use the nighttime thing, and also what happens with the fog tokens. So the point is, let's start again, and we are going to go 2 hours and flip over this token. That is 1 gold, and that is 2 hours to do that, and we just get another gold, so I'll just do that. Next, I think we will move our dwarf. He's going to go 1, 2, 3 and stop at a well, which he can flip over for 3 power. Takes him to 5. 1, 2, 3. Next, I think we'll do the same thing with our fighter. He's going to go 1, 2 and flip over this, and that's another 3 power. Takes him to 6. Oh, I forgot how many he was here, right? So he moved 2 spaces, I think. And I think he's just going to stay where he is and flip over this one as well. So let's flip that over, and he moves up to 3, and that takes 1 hour. Now you'll note that the green guy is at the back of the line, so it's still the same day, but now we're always moved from the back, and when you've got doubles like this, you just choose. So it's green's turn again, and he's just going to move, I think he's going to move 1 in this direction and check out this thing. Ooh, it's an event card, so we get to flip over the event card. Ya blam. Start card, used only in the introductory legend. Screams suddenly rise across the land. They are coming. The Gors arrive at dawn and the castle is in danger. Place 1 Gor each in spaces 16, 22, 23, and 24. Gauze may occupy the same space as a hero. Okay, so 16 is up here. We have 22, 23, and 25 or 24. I think it was 24. 22, 23, 24. Okay, and that's the end of that. So that's the situation. Nice. Now we've got to be careful with the combat because, like I said, this game isn't really combat orientated. In fact, it's anti-combat. Every time you win a combat, you advance this track, which makes it very, very difficult. You want to kind of avoid combat if possible because it shortens the amount of time you have to complete everything. Now, we always lose the game if they get into the castle, but you have this little sort of safety net here. In a 2-player game, 3 people can enter the castle before you lose. In a 4-player game, this last shield, you've only got 1 safety net. So the second monster to enter that castle will kill us. Now, the way movement works is that you've got these little arrows, and you move by number. So 24 will move after 23. So 22 will move following the arrow, and then 23 moves, but because there's already someone in 19, he's following this arrow, remember? That means he has to move straight up to the next one. And that's basically the way it works. Monsters can never occupy the same space, and that's how they move. So we've got a way of telling exactly where everyone's going because we can see the arrows on the table, and we can see, unless more get spawned, we can see how they're going to follow up. For example, next time they move, it's going to be like that. Yeah, and the next time they're not going to be in the castle because 3 is going to move here, and then 19 moves after him, and because there's nothing to push him up. So we've got like basically 3 turns to get our stuff together. Okay, and that was 1 hour he moved. And I think he's going to go another 2 hours, 1, 2, and flip this one over. Oh, it's another event card. No good. And what does this one say? The heroes hear music from the Tree of Songs. Each hero who has fewer than 10 willpower points receives 2 willpower points. I think that is everyone. Yep, so that's 2, and 2, and 2, and 2. Okay, still have quite a lot of stuff we can do here. This guy has no gold. Who has gold? Just this dude and this dude. He should have gone down here to the mine. Yeah, so I think he's going to go 1, 2 up into the forest here. And just flip over this for 3. So that's another... Oh wait, he's green. He can't move. I do know how to play this game. I'm just confusing myself. Okay, so the priest is going to move down 1, flip this guy over. That is 2 willpower. You blam. It's another 2. Then this guy, he's got no... I don't really know what he's going to do. This guy's going to go to this spot, right? So he's going to go 1, 2, and wait. So that's 1, 2. This guy is also going to do, he's going to go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so he's going to go 1, 2, 3 and also get in that position. 1, 2, 3. And I think the yellow dude is going to start walking up to this side here. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. I think he can move to level 36. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. Blue is going to pass. So he's just going to end his day. Green is going to go 1, 2. And flip over this sucker. Did I already put him up? Oh no, that's her. Yeah, so he goes 1, 2 down to here. Excellent. Quick note, I actually edited it out of the video, but I made a mistake with the green moving beforehand, like last turn. I moved him out of turn, and it was, I moved him 4 places when he only had 3 slots, and I bought a skill point, so he's actually got no gold and 1 skill point more than he should. Yeah, so I actually put the skill point back, but I forgot to give him back his gold as well. So later on, his gold values are going to fluctuate. It's no shenanigans. It's just of this little screw up. I'm not going to bother redoing his turn for you. So let's just soldier on. Purple is going to pass. Green is going to move 1 down. And yellow is going to pass. That's the end of his turn. And green is going to pass. So that is the end of the first day. Nice work. Now that the day is resolved, we then resolve this thing. So we draw an event card for starters. You blam. A strange foulness spoils the party's rations. The party collectively loses 3 willpower points. The heroes may lose these will points anywhere they wish. Okay, so that's pretty easy. So all we need to do, we want to keep everyone up. So we can lose 1 and he can lose 2. 1, 2 because he doesn't get any extra dice. So that's 3 points lost. Next thing we do is we move all the gauze. There's only gauze on the screen. So starting with the lowest number first, 22, moves to 19. Well, 16 moves to 13, by the way. 23 moves to 3, and 24 moves to 21. Then we refresh all the wells. We actually used every single well that time. So we'll just flip over that. And then we move the event marker itself. So this just gets moved up like so, and we read out B. Andor has enjoyed peace for many years. The great King Bandor is worried and sends out his son, Prince Thurndal, to ask for help from all parts of the countryside. This legend begins on a foggy morning when the first hero reaches Reitberg Castle. Do the following. Each hero receives 1 strength point. The party distributes 4 gold among the heroes. Okay. So everyone receives a strength point. Nice. And we receive 4 gold. So let's give 2 gold, 1 gold, and 1 gold. New rules. Spaces 18, 57, and 71 each contain a merchant icon. A hero who we already know that rule from the beginning. Just says that you can buy strength for 2 gold. Hero may enter or move through the space occupied by monsters. A hero can initiate fight with a monster, but monsters cannot initiate fight with a hero. Legend objective, protect the castle from being overrun. Okay, and B. Here, blam. In order to prevent monsters from entering the castle, the hero must fight and defeat them. If a hero occupies the same space as a Gore, he can fight it immediately. In the archer's case, he may also fight a Gores from adjacent spaces. Before fighting the first time, read the battle square and all for to look for the hero boards and read their abilities, and that's it. So that's basically the end of the introduction to the introduction to the introduction, and we are finished with day 2. I'll see you guys next time.